Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, and this is our thought for today. And as always, Wednesday morning, let me remind you of our prayer meeting tonight, our Zoom prayer meeting at 7:30, and the link will go up on our church chat a bit later on. But you're very welcome, and as always, we would love to see you. And we've been having good numbers coming along, really encouraging numbers. And there's always room for more, and you can come along, you can just sit and listen and take it all in, pray quietly. Nobody's going to ask you to say anything, but just by being there, you are an encouragement to the rest of us. So I would encourage you, seriously consider coming along and being part of our Zoom prayer meeting tonight at 7:30. Okay, on to today's thought. Yesterday we thought about delighting ourselves in the Lord, and by doing so we receive then the desires of our heart. If our desires are to know more of the Lord, God will therefore give himself more and more to us. And what a wonderful promise. God says, the more you want me, the more I will give myself to you. The more I will reveal of myself to you. This week we're looking at the promises of God, the conditional promises that God makes to us in his word. The things that God says, if you will do this, then I will do this for you, or I will give you this. Or if you don't do this, then I will not do this for you, or I will actually punish you. And we thought really on Monday morning about the negative side of things, that when God spoke to Pharaoh and said, if you're not going to let my people go, then I'm going to send the frogs and the gnats and the death of the firstborn, etc., etc. And this was a very negative promise that God made, but God fulfilled that promise. Sadly, the Egyptians found out that God was true to his word. And so today we're thinking of a promise which is contained in the book of Proverbs. And this is one which I'm sure some of you thought about when we think about God's promises to us. We're told in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. So what more could we want in life than a straight path in front of us? There's a place I go to walk the dog every morning, well, most mornings, and there's a certain point in the path where you can see ahead of you for quite a distance. And I love getting up to that point where I can see the path going right ahead of me, and I can see who's coming and who's got other dogs coming, and know how I have to control my own dog, etc. And sometimes you just get this wonderful clear path ahead, and it's a lovely moment just to know that you've got this clear path for a couple of 100 meters before you have to worry about meeting another dog or something. And this idea of having a clear path ahead of us is something which is wonderful to know, and just knowing where the path's going, not having to worry about what's around each corner. Because in life, we don't know what's around each corner. Every day brings troubles of its own, God says in his word, and that we know he tells us to worry about the day you're in, and tomorrow will look after itself. In other words, when you get to tomorrow, well, look, let's start worrying about tomorrow then. And the worrying is just simply by trusting God. So it's nice to know where the path's going. It's nice to see that straight path. And sometimes in life, we have decisions to make. It happens at school when we have to choose subjects or exams. It happens when we have to leave school, where we have to choose universities and careers. It happens in life when maybe there's an opportunity to apply for another job, or something comes along, or we meet someone and are not sure whether they're the right person for us. And it would be so easy if life came with red lights and green lights. Green lights saying, yep, go for this. This is the direction you should go. Or red lights saying, no, this isn't the path chosen for you. But God has told us in his words, if we trust him, if we commit our way to him, if we say, Lord, I don't know which way to go. I don't know what decision to make. I don't know if I should accept this or not accept that. If we come to God and say, God, I don't know, please show me the right thing to do. And we put our trust in him, then all of a sudden, it's almost like the red lights come on and the green lights come on, and we know which path to take, or that the road somehow straightens out in front of us, that those bends, those corners that are so worrying, all of a sudden they straighten themselves out and the path is shown to us. And sometimes it's after we've prayed about it and we've committed it to the Lord that we step out in faith, and the path seems to straighten for us, because God has moved certain things and moved people out of our lives, moved other people into our lives, moved circumstances so that we can only go one direction. And this is a wonderful promise. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't just offer him a small prayer, then go and do all the hard work yourself and try to find this, that, and the other out yourself. Trust in him with all your heart. Commit everything to him. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. Sometimes we think we know what's right and we haven't consulted God. And God says, no, that's not the plan I have for you. Trust me. Don't think you know what's right until you trust me. And we're told then, in all your ways, acknowledge him. In other words, in those things that matter and in those things that maybe seem insignificant, in all your ways, acknowledge the Lord. Lord God, I bring you into this. Lord, I don't know quite what to do here. If you would show me, that would be so helpful. I trust that you have a plan and a purpose for my life. Let me understand it. Show me the direction. Help me to know the way to go. And if we do that, then there's that promise, that wonderful promise. He will make straight your paths. He will show you. He will lead you. He will go ahead of you as a good shepherd leading the sheep. So I want to pray for you today, whatever your circumstances, if you've got decisions to make, if you're trying to work out what the right thing to do is, I want to pray for you today. And if you want to drop me a message, or if you want to ask me to pray for you as well, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to pray for you today. Or if you want us to pray for you tonight at the prayer meeting, get in touch. We will pray that the Lord will straighten your paths, that the Lord will show you, if you commit your way to him, that you will know what his desire is for you, and that you will have confidence to step out in faith. What a wonderful promise. If we do this, then God will straighten our path. In all your ways, acknowledge him. Hopefully you'll see you tonight at the prayer meeting, and let me know if there's any way I can be praying for you today. In the meantime, God bless, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.